ball to Jacob. What a play from Jake Oliver. And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. In play, that's a fair ball to Jacob. What a play from Jake Oliver. And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that.
What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's going to be out. Jordan Rice heads out. Trey Cluxton right.
In play, that's a fair ball to Jacob. What a play from Jake Oliver. And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that.
What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's going to be out. Jordan Rice heads out. Trey Cluxton right. Went over to first and still gets Alex Larson.
Cross, get out, ball later!
He might have missed it. Got it wrong from Jordan Rice. And that's a shot. That's all one to play. Steps on second, flips over to first, and he does it! Oh my Lord, Zach Inouye, a solo!
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil. Oh!
Philip Rosenbach, walk off the season.
Get out, ball later!
And that ball is out of here. Walk off home run, Jingle. That ball's in play. Goes back, Keeper King. Back at Thomas Playhouse makes the grab. He's running through. He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. I like it. That ball is absolutely tattooed. And what a roll! What a roll from Keaton!
Flared up. What a play for Peter McNeil!
It is a perfect day here in the Pacific Northwest for what might just be the biggest game of this season. Not a cloud in the sky, blue skies, and a matchup between the number 1 and number 2 teams in the AWA standings. Both of these teams jockeying for the top spot here in the late goings of the regular season. I'm Trevor Butler, riding solo for the time being, but Alex Harden should be joining me a little bit later, and we are in for a treat on this Monday afternoon. Moses Valdez, the top pitcher ERA-wise in the AWA, going back to work. Drew Gradwall and the Nighthawks. Gradwall thick in the contention. Sorry, lost my train of thought there, but right in contention for that Cy Young. And we'll jump into the starting lineups. First for the home team, the Northern Nighthawks.
Jack Blayhouse, University of Washington.
Drew Gradwall, Blue Mountain State University. Go Goats.
Philip Rosenbacher, Meadowdale High School.
Chance Justice, ITT Tech.
Philip Thomas, Meadowdale Middle School.
And the lineups for the visiting Atlantic Aces.
Aaron Schofield, Washington State University.
Moses Valadez, go Wave.
Morgan Granich, Northwest Guatemalan High School.
Dylan Carroll, Little Man, Big Dreams.
Jace Pratt, Jackson High School.
Both of these teams have been dominant throughout this season, and like I said, they are both fighting for that top spot in the AWA. They both come in with the exact same record, and with only a couple weeks to go here in the regular season. Series like this are some of the biggest. Alex has joined me. Alex, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. Loving the blue skies out here. That's
Yeah, great day to be out here. A little too hot for my liking, but I'm sure it'll drop as the evening goes.
Yeah, it has been. It's finally getting a little hotter around here, especially after how cold and rainy it was last week. So I'm loving this. Yeah. We have a good one on deck as the Aces finish up with their pregame warm-ups. We'll be back with you for the start of game number 1. So a look at the pitching matchup here for the first game. The Nighthawks are going to send Philip Thomas to the hill. A little bit of a surprise, expecting Drew Gradwall, but he will be the designated hitter here in game number 1. Thomas entering this ball game with 9 innings pitched thus far, 12 strikeouts. He's faced 50 batters. And you just heard it over the PA system here that Thomas is on the hill for the Nighthawks. Opposing him is going to be one of the most formidable pitchers in this league, Moses Valdez, entering with 35 innings pitched, 63 strikeouts, which is absolutely ridiculous. ERA sitting at 1.46. That is the lowest ERA in the entire league. So Thomas getting his last second warm-ups in before we get things underway here in the first game between the Aces and the Nighthawks. It'll be Philip Schofield, or Aaron Schofield, sorry. Aaron Schofield leading things off. Schofield versus Thomas to open things up here on a Monday afternoon. Very little wind. It's going to be a fun one on tap. First pitch on the way. 67, my goodness. So 67 on the radar gun to open things up. We'll try it again. And it runs inside for a ball one. This one at 60. 1-1 stays behind Schofield. Had to jump forward to get out of the way. 2-1 just misses low, and it's going to be a hitter's count to Schofield to open things up. And he misses upstairs, ball 4. A 5-pitch walk to Schofield to open things up here in game number 1. It'll bring Jace Pratt up.
Now batting for the Atlantic Aces, pitcher number 9, Jace Pratt.
First pitch to Pratt in there for strike 1 at 60. As that stays inside. Pratt hitting at a 280 clip thus far this year. As that one misses high. And we're trying to figure out that buzzing noise, so bear with us as that's tapped back to Thomas. He thought about opting for second. Schofield's going to dig for third. Close play over there. They got the out at first, that's for sure. He looked safe over at third.
I think the Nighthawks saying his foot might have came off the bag.
Obviously no force over at third. It's tough to judge. I don't think we have the angle.
I didn't see that toe move.
So it'll be a runner on third. Some heads-up base running from Aaron Schofield.
Uncle.
And Morgan Granich will step in now and wear the first pitch off his back. 1-0 on the way. Misses low, ball 2. Just caught a piece of it at 58, and Thomas will get one back. As that just misses outside. So another 3-1 hitters count, and Thomas having to work out of some early trouble. As that misses low, and it's going to be runners on the corners with one down. So Moses Valdez will step in now. He's had some success at the plate throughout this season. It's not just on the hill for the righty here. First pitch on the way to him is poked back to Thomas, bobbled it a little bit. Schofield stays put over at third. Granich moves up to second, and Valdez trots into first safely. It was a tough play for Thomas. You know, it's a split-second decision there because Schofield can dart home at any time. So Schofield will step back in now with the bases loaded and only one down. Philip Thomas needing to pitch out of an early jam here. Now the 2-0. Catches the zone at 59. 2-1. Misses upstairs, and yet another hitter's count. Trying not to walk in the first run of the ball game. Schofield thought about it, but holds off and a run scores.
And they started again.
So with one out, the bases will stay loaded as Schofield takes a trip down to first and plates the first run of this ball game. Pratt will step back in now with the bases still loaded, an opportunity to inflict a little bit more damage. Swing is through the first offering at 59 for strike one. Oh, 1 just missed outside. Now the 1-1 offering. Grounded back up the middle. Thomas will get the easy out and make a beautiful throw down the line to first. Philip Thomas, a heads-up play, gets the out at home, comes up firing, and nabs Pratt in the back to spin a double play and get the Nighthawks out of a jam. Aces plate one, but leave him loaded as we head to the bottom of the first. It's 1-0.
I got Phil leading it off. Oh, Phil. Way to get all 3 outs on yourself. You up.
So after turning that double play to get himself out of a jam, Philip Thomas will step in, and quite a matchup right here between Valdez and Thomas. And I think we found out that the buzzing noise is Alex's headset, so it sounds like I'm going to be a one-man wrecking crew here on a Monday afternoon. Thomas steps in and gets ready for the Nighthawks' first hacks of the day. First pitch grounded left side, routine play. Valdez comes up firing, and it's 1 pitch, 1 out. So dominant all year. Of course, he had the no-hitter against the Pilots a couple weeks ago, and he has been very strong. He's picked up a lot of strikeouts. You don't see a lot of ground balls with him as Playhouse tried to push that one the other way. Hooked foul at the last second, and he falls behind 0-1. As that's tagged back to Schofield, who comes up firing and nicely delivers over to first. There's 2 down. Granted, only 2 outs in, but Valdez leaning on the ground ball thus far. So Chance Justice will step in now and leave the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. As that runs inside and evens the count 1-1. Missed outside, and Justice jumps ahead. A 3-1 count now after the 62 on the radar gun missed upstairs, and Justice will wave at 60 to load the count. Valdez looking to toss a 1-2-3 inning. Payoff pitch Thought about it, but just holds off for a 2-out walk. It was close over there. He looked like he could have gone around, but slammed the brakes on at the very last second. Never a guarantee, those check swings either. So Drew Gradwell will step in, and this is an interesting matchup. The Gradwell is not on the hill for game one. This is a matchup of maybe the two most likely contenders for the Cy Young this season. These two guys have absolutely dominated on the bump. And Gradwell is ahead 3-0 in this battle. Just catching the zone at 60 for Valdez, and he'll get one back. He misses inside, and back-to-back 2-out walks have the Nighthawks in business here. So Philip Grossenbacher will step in now. A full 5-man roster this afternoon for the Nighthawks.
Yeah, it's static. Someone's phone's close to. Alright, we both had them on, and I can still hammer it.
Taps a foul.
Every time when I get back to it,
0-1 pushed over to the left side. Schofield tried to make the throw. I was about to say he tried to barehand it, but that seems pretty obvious. But he tried to reach down and make that play, couldn't quite haul it in. And all of a sudden here with 2 down, the bases are loaded. Catches the zone at 57 for strike 1. Thomas grounded out his first time and
67.
tapped that one foul, but it was 67. Oh, and 1 pulled foul, and it's 0-2. So Thomas will need to defend. 0-2 refrains and gets one back. Thought about it, but barely holds off, and the count runs even 2-2. Nighthawks looking to level this game at 1 apiece or do more.
Good catch.
Thank you. So we try again at 2-2. And Thomas waves at it for strike 3. Valdez gets out of a jam, strands the bases loaded. We head to the second, 1-0 your score. So Morgan Granich will lead things off here in the top of the second. Walked his first time up. And he'll look to start things off on a positive note here in the top of the second for the Aces. First pitch to him misses down low. Now the 1-0 from Thomas. Just runs inside, and it's 2. Outside, and Granich looking to draw a 4-pitch walk to lead things off. The 3-0 pitch. Just missed inside. It's a leadoff walk.
You need a fix though, or no?
So Granich gets aboard, paves the way for Valdez, who reached on error first time up before taking over on the hill and leaving the bases loaded to end the bottom of the first. First pitch to him is sent out toward left center field. Tough play, Justice. He's gonna leave the yard. Moses Valdez continues his tear at the plate and on the hill. A two-run shot, and it's 3-0 Aces.
Swing here, able to drive that one out to center field. I thought the wind was going to stop that one. It kind of fluttered out there, but enough to carry over the wall.
Morgan Granich was wisely waiting to see what happened with that pitch. Luckily for him, he got to take a jaunt around the bases. Schofield waves at the 1-0 pitch, and the count runs level 1-1. So that stays way up high for ball 2. Just caught the zone at 59. Excellent pitch right there from Philip Thomas as he looks for the first out of the inning. Just missed. Count will run full 3-2. Schofield with 2 walks thus far. And you can make it an even 3. Missed low once again, and there's a man aboard.
Would you like these? All right.
Chase Pratt steps in, looking to find himself on base for the first time here in this first game. 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts so far. Swings at the first pitch and can't connect with 60. Now the 0-1. Just a little high, and we run level. Chops one, fair. Thomas throws to first, over to third, and Schofield's there in time.
Deja vu there. Play looked pretty similar to the one in the first inning.
Yeah, I was about to say, almost identical situations between the first and second inning for Jace Pratt. Just like the first inning, Morgan Granich will step in with 1 out and a runner on third. A pairing of walks so far today for Granich, as that was at 61. Now the 1-0. Missed a little high, ball 2. Grounded, tough play. Justice fires to first over the head of the first baseman, Grossenbacher. Schofield will come on home. Everybody will be safe. And another run scores. It's 4-0 Aces.
One thing I didn't notice about this Nighthawks fielding arrangement is Chance is out there playing second. Normally he's the first baseman. That shoulder, maybe it was an elbow, I can't remember. I know that's been bothering him, but that throw looked good, just a little offline. So he must be feeling better, just a good sign.
I was thinking, I was a little interested with this Game 1 alignment for the Nighthawks. I expected Drew Gradwell to be on the hill.
Yeah, that too.
It's going to roll back fair. Valdez will be out at first. Granich goes to third.
That's pretty tough.
Wow. Looked like it was dead red foul, but rolls back fair at the last second. Grossenbacher bobbled it very briefly.
It's happened twice now this inning.
And just like Schofield, the runner will go to third. Schofield waves at that one. You know, in all my years watching the game of baseball, I'd never seen a ball go foul and roll back fair until about a month ago at the Big 12 Conference Tournament. Kansas has a kid named Tommy Barth, and he lined one foul down the first baseline, and it just hit the ground and started spinning and ended up hooking back fair. 2-2 pitch on the way. Missed up high, and the count goes full 3-2. Thomas looking to get out of the inning. Won't happen here as that stays low, and it's going to be runners on the corners now with 2 down. little restock for Philip Thomas. So runners on the corners, 2 down here in the top of the second. Jace Pratt stepping in 0 for 3 with a trifecta of groundouts. Looking to avoid the same fate here. 0-1 pitch on the way. Tapped foul. This one will stay foul. Can't be too sure sometimes. The 1-1 pitch. Pushed right field, just foul. A loud strike, but a strike nonetheless. Now the 1-2 pitch is chopped over to left side. They're going to go home with it. And he's going to be out at home to get out of the inning. Jack Blehaus with a great throw to end the inning. But the Aces play 3 thanks in part to a 2-run Moses Valdez homer. 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the inning. So much like the first when Philip Thomas led off after defensively ending the inning, Jack Blehaus will do the same here in the second. And bloop the first pitch foul. It started off fair, but bounces in foul territory there. Valdez got through the first inning on only 19 pitches as Blehaus chops another one to the backstop and falls behind 0-2. 0-2 waved at strike 3 in the first punch out of the ball game for Moses Valdez. 60 miles an hour on the dot from the right-hander to get Jack Blehaus swinging, and there's one away. Misses outside there. Justice ground ball left side. That's going to get by Schofield. And a man aboard here in the bottom of the second. The first hit of the day for the Northern Nighthawks comes off the bat of Chance Justice. Nighthawks trying to continue this rally. And Gradwell's going to line her over towards Schofield. Took a weird bounce, skipped away from him. Everybody's going to be safe. Justice advances over to third. Gradwell will move up to second with that running out of play. And it's going to be 2 aboard in scoring position here for the Nighthawks, and still only 1 down. Philip Grossenbacher now steps in. Swings at the first pitch he sees. That's going to be fair. Valdez got confused. He dropped one of the extra wiffle balls. Does not throw to first, and it's going to be bases loaded with only 1 away. He dropped one of the extra balls he was holding. Thomas taking ball 1. Thinks about it, but holds off and jumps ahead 2-0. A prime opportunity here for Philip Thomas, who's ahead 3-0. Pops one left field. Tough play. Schofield in foul territory. Bobbled it a handful of times. He's going to be safe at home. Justice with a heads-up base running opportunity.
Throw was pretty close.
It was an excellent throw from nearly behind the tree for Aaron Schofield. A runner scores on the sacrifice foul out. It was a great grab right over there as well.
Yeah, you can see it from here. I don't know if you could. He bobbled it a few times. Nighthawks still able to get a run out of it. A productive out.
So Blehouse steps back in now with 2 down.
Oh boy.
Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Taps that foul to even the count. 1-1 pitch on the way. Stays inside ball 2. Now the 2-1. Just missed ball 3.
Jack is a pretty tough out. Open bag. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Sends one center field. Little blooper. Pratt is there, as is Granich, and they opt to go with the first baseman, who reins it in and ends the inning. But the Nighthawks get 1 back. We head to the 3rd. 4-1 your score.
Bro, I'm there. I'm like.
So Morgan Granich will lead us off once again here in the top of the 3rd. Thomas looking to keep the Nighthawks within striking distance and give them a puncher's chance in the bottom of the inning. As Granich swings through the first pitch for strike 1. 1 for 1 with 2 walks and a single, but he's behind 0-2 here.
Like a knuckleball there.
Granich must have maybe cut something on his left hand. He was checking that out, but he takes strike 3, frozen by Philip Thomas, and there's 1 down. It's pretty critical here for the Nighthawks that Thomas starts to find his groove a little bit, as that one barely misses inside. And as much as this has been a tale of 2 outings between the 2 men facing off right now, they've both only allowed 2 hits. 4 runs on 2 hits and an error for Philip Thomas's day on the hill. 1 run on 2 hits and an error for Moses Valdez. So as different as these 2 outings have been, and as different of a situation as we're in right now at 4-1, it's been fairly similar with a lot of these numbers.
So breaking out the knuckleball again there. I don't think he threw it the first couple innings. Saving it for crunch time.
Might as well try and catch him by surprise. 3-2. Runs outside, and it's a 1-out walk to Valdez. So Aaron Schofield will step back in now. Still yet to register an at-bat, or a plate appearance, you could say. He stepped to the dish 4 times. 4 times facing Thomas, and like Alex said, 4 walks. Takes strike 1 there. Waves that one for strike 2. Schofield now needing to defend. And he'll wear that one for ball 1.
Every time.
1-2 pitch on the way here from Thomas. Just missed outside. It's 2-2. Schofield looking to continue working his way back into this at bat. Even at 2 after he fell behind early. That's inside for ball 3. Count goes full. Payoff pitch. Chopped left side. Blehouse comes up firing. Throw on to first is going to miss. It skips off the house. Valdez will advance to 3rd. Make it a 1-for-1 day for Aaron Schofield.
That's one way to raise the on-base percentage.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Out for the remainder of the Horn UCF.
1-for-1 with 4 walks for Aaron Schofield as Jace Pratt steps back in and leaves ball one. That's lined back up the middle. Justice can't quite make the play. A run will score and everybody will be safe. Looked like it ricocheted off of Thomas. Seemed like it could have even been a tailor-made double play for Chance Justice. But he couldn't quite rein it in, got caught up in the dirt and took a weird bounce into his arms.
That was a pretty hard hit ball. It would have been a tough to corral that smoothly.
And Jace Pratt finally gets aboard for the first time. Or at least picks up a hit for the first time, having a nearly polar opposite day compared to the man 40 feet in front of him, Aaron Schofield. As that just catches the corner and Thomas gets one back, it's 2-1. Missed upstairs, and Thomas looking to avoid walking the bases loaded here with one out. That'll drop in for strike two, and the count runs full. 3-2 pitch. Catches the zone at 58. Beautiful pitch right there from Philip Thomas.
Second time he's caught Morgan looking this inning.
Greenwich, the only one here in the third to be retired by Thomas.
Stuff.
Yeah. 2 on, 2 gone now here in the top of the third. Aces have re-extended that lead back out to 5. As Valdez wears that off the shoulder for ball one. Tagged foul. One pitch on the way here. Just missed outside, and Valdez jumps ahead 2-1. 77 pitches for Philip Thomas, only 33 for Moses Valdez, who again pokes one foul, and the count goes even 2-2.
Wow, that's quite the difference.
Yeah.
I guess it'll remain the same. Well, it'll even out the bottom of the third. Potentially, I guess.
Valdez goes down swinging as we head to the bottom of the third. Final ups here in game one for the Nighthawks. They need 4 to tie, 5 to win it.
5-1, I think.
Yeah, happy to pitch.
It was painted too, I think.
So Chance Justice will lead things off here in the bottom of the third as he takes ball one. Sends that one destroyed out to left field. A rocket that cleared that tree nearly out to the other house as Chance Justice destroys that pitch.
Gotta start a rally somehow. It's a good way to do it.
That was a rocket ship out to left field. Gradwell holds off on the first pitch. Catches that high outside corner, and we run even 1-1. Now Gradwell needing to defend here.
They call the first one ball. There you go. I didn't think you went.
Stays inside, and the count runs even 2-2. Gradwell can't connect with 59. A big first out here in the bottom of the third.
Ball don't lie, I guess. I think Moses thought he went around on that first strike, or first pitch, I guess.
Nevertheless, one away here in the bottom of the third as Philip Grossenbacher steps in. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fielder's choice. First pitch, beautiful and catches the zone, but 61. This one at 58, though.
Paul, don't lie.
0-1 just dropped at the last second.
No, the first one's 61.
Oh, the first one's 61. Nice try, bud.
0-2 pitch on the way. Got him at 56. Went back to the well. Went to the same spot that he did on the 61-mile-an-hour pitch.
Moses had Philip Grossenbacher in hell that at bat.
That is the type of thing that you wake up in the middle of the night thinking about as a hitter.
Man, oh man.
Drops into the zone for strike one. Philip Thomas struggling here. He's going to fight back. He's going to line one up the middle. Tough play, Jace Pratt. He reins it in, and the Aces take game one of this matchup between the last two World Series champions. 5-2 your final score as we head to the second game.
I think they're all the same. They're all the same. Okay. And then we're just swapping. I think it goes farther when you don't
Maybe like 6, 7.
because it's hard. Yeah.
Maybe like 6 or 7.
Alright, Moses, let me grab you from your
After taking game one, Moses is down with Robert for a post-game interview.
All right, another game, another interview for Moses Valdez. Moses, how about the consistency on the mound there once again?
Yeah, that's the definition of just pitching with a lead, trying to fill it up. Took me a little bit to settle in, and just glad we were able to get some runs on the board.
Nice. You also contributed. What did you see on that home run ball there?
Honestly, I was just looking for two-seam middle, and I got it. And so that's all I could say. Philip has some good stuff, so you just got to be patient and look for something that you can handle.
All right, well, good luck out there.
Awesome, thanks.
Back up to booth, guys.
I want to get the new one because the battery lasts like 1 hour.
Yeah, I got it.
You
got a whip one?
Oh, do you have the new one or the older one? I got the new. The battery lasts 3 days.
Oh, shit.
I was very confused when I saw that. Like, does that need to be in the box score? Is it that critical of a stat?
Just a little one.
9 hits.
First baseman, number 11, Philip Thomas.
So very similar lineups as we get things underway here in game two. The only notable change coming for the Nighthawks, and it's truthfully what I expected in game one. Philip Thomas shifting over to designated hitter, and Drew Gradwell will take over on the hill. So perhaps the Nighthawks were opting to throw him in games 2 and 3 rather than 1 and 2. Thomas ahead 2-0 here in the first at bat of game 2, and he'll now jump ahead 3-0. Stays upstairs, and a leadoff walk to Philip Thomas. So Jack Blayhouse will step in now. First pitch to him. Misses a little low for ball one. He'll tap that foul. First strike of this second game offered from Valdez. 1-1 runs inside.
And Valdez looked unhittable in the third inning of game one. Struggling to find the zone here at the start of game two.
2-2 pitch. Just missed outside and the count is full.
62.
Some early heat right here from Valdez. Payoff pitch. Tapped foul. Just barely able to get a piece of it was Blayhouse. Full count once more. Misses upstairs again. It's going to be back-to-back walks to open things up here for the Nighthawks. So Chance Justice will step in now. Left the yard in game number one. Hit an absolute rocket. And now he'll have a chance to put the Nighthawks on the board first here in game two. I'm a little surprised by this early performance from Valdez, as he issues a third consecutive walk and loads up the bases.
Yeah, 12 balls, only 3 strikes so far.
I mean, your Cy Young guys can have a rough day here and there, but so far just seeming fairly uncharacteristic of him. As now we see what will be the pitching matchup for this game. Drew Gradwall stepping in. Pushes the first pitch foul. Now Valdez jumping ahead 0-2 in the count. Left that one just a little high, and that's how Gradwall will get one back. Very little wind, but what there is looked like it could have grabbed that pitch and pushed it a little farther inside. 2-2 is going to be fielded foul. Probably a smart play from Valdez, because Philip Thomas was flying home.
Yeah, he got off the bag in a hurry.
Not yet.
So we'll try things again from a 2-2 count.
Fired.
And this time, Gradwall goes down swinging, a huge first out there for Moses Valdez. Interestingly enough, in the world of baseball, I completely forgot until today that the Kansas City Royals were going to be playing here in Seattle today.
You gonna catch a game?
I wish. I actually go out of town tomorrow. I'm going to be in Denver this week. I thought about going tonight, but I will be attending the Astros-Rockies series in Denver.
Heard they got a cool stadium there.
I'm looking forward to it. Grossenbacher going down swinging, and there's 2 away.
This was a bases loaded, nobody out situation. All of a sudden, there's 2 quick outs.
Valdez looking for a huge third out now.
Hey, we got 2. Don't want anything.
But what I was going to say is and it slipped my mind that this was the Royals series, and I had to go into downtown Seattle today. I was wearing my Kansas City Royals hat. That catches the zone for strike one. Kind of become my second team since moving out to the University of Kansas, is that misses outside. Sent left field, hooking foul. Schofield going over. Tough play.
Oh.
Hung up in the trees. He made the grab out there. It was an excellent snag.
It hit the lowest branch possible. It almost just I mean, it was an unbelievable play, but fortunately it does not count.
So new life for Philip Thomas. The 1-2 pitch on the way from Moses Valdez. Misses inside 2-2. 2-2. Just missed.
63 there.
Payoff pitch now. Sent left side. That's going to get by Schofield. One run scores. Here comes Grossenbacher around. Throw to the plate, not in time. A 2-run double for Philip Thomas. And Moses Valdez was one strike away from forcing the Nighthawks into what they call a noble tiger.
And that was a pretty well-stroked ball, hit on a line to the deepest part of the park. Right through Aaron and Jace, who's shaded towards the left center.
Now Jack jumping ahead 2-0, grounds one over toward Valdez, underhand flip, and the Aces get out of the inning. But Philip Thomas, a 2-run double, puts the Nighthawks on the board. We go to the bottom of the first, 2-0 your score. So Aaron Schofield will lead things off here in the bottom of the first. Drew Groundwall taking over on the hill for the Nighthawks here. He leaves the first pitch down low for ball one. A potential Cy Young matchup here between Gradwall and Valdez. It was the front runner who dominated game one, but Gradwall now pitching with a 2-run lead. Looking to keep himself in the conversation. Schofield takes a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the first.
Oh, almost.
So Jace Pratt, a tough first game with 3 groundouts. So he takes strike one right here. Grounded back toward Gradwall. They'll just get the safe play at first. Schofield a little deep towards third. So Schofield holds up, kind of feigned like he was heading for third, but stays put.
He's in his way, bro. He's done that twice already today. Take a look at it. He's trying to go to third.
So we're going to have to take a look at that. A potential obstruction call over at second because Schofield thought about going for third. I didn't either. The Nighthawks arguing that he was out of the base path.
We got around it anyway.
And we've got the booth looking at it.
Yeah, can we just like go?
He did the hard.
So we're going to go no obstruction. At the end of the day, it doesn't really affect anything. As Gradwell jumps ahead 2-0 here, or 0-2. Schofield parked over on second, ready to take off. The 1-2 pitch. Dropped out, missed downstairs.
It's a tough one to lay off.
So that one's going to be ripped foul. Smoked over toward the fire pit right there. Ricocheted back into play, but obviously because it hit the concrete, it's out of play. 2-2 pitch once more. Sent out towards Schofield, who is able to jump over the ball. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Granich holds up at first with an RBI single to put a run on the board here in the bottom of the first. It's 2-1. An acrobatic play out there at second base by Aaron Schofield. He had to jump over that one. So Valdez steps in and takes strike one here. Popped up left field. Justice goes over and hauls it in. Granich thought about second, but he'll backtrack to first, and there's 2 away. Gradwell looking to get out of this first inning with a lead still. Schofield walked again his first time up. I believe that is his 5th walk of the day. First pitch was at 62. As that misses inside for ball 1.
Screwball's got a lot of bite to it.
It's like that Edward Cabrera sinker in MLB The Show 21. I still have nightmares about that Edwin Cabrera card and the Edward Cabrera card and the All-Star Jacob deGrom from that game. 2-1
Just gotta do what
inside.
I do and turn the difficulty down.
Stopped playing Diamond Dynasty around 23 because I had too much fun playing franchise mode and nothing else.
Yeah, I always just did my player. Or Road to the Show, whatever it is.
Speaking of my
Hit
player,
80 home runs a year.
break every record in your rookie season after you get called up in August. Dude, I'm so Pratt swings to the first pitch. Two-two pitch on the way to Pratt. Sent left side. Blehouse drops to a knee. And they'll get the force at third. He held him up long enough that Schofield was perched on second. And the inning is over. The Aces get one back, but nothing more as we head to the second.
Your parents still live in the same street?
Oh, my mom actually still down.
Chance Justice leading things off here in the top of the second, and tapped the first pitch foul.
Chance had a walk his last time up.
Full count pitch. Missed outside. Drew Gradwall steps in here with a man on. Swings through the first pitch he sees. Struck out his first time up as he wears that one off the elbow. Flipped to second on to first. And Morgan Granage couldn't haul it in. Had a tailor-made double play right there. They get the out at second, but Gradwall able to get into first safely.
Sure he's out of second?
So Grossenbacher behind here 0-2. And that'll catch strike 3 looking, and there's 2 down.
Started down here. How do you do that?
That's quite a pull. I platinum open ring. It was a little underwhelming. You didn't have to do as much as you
Because we're going to run laps.
So 2 down now for Philip Thomas, who leaves the first pitch way up high, almost ended up in the booth.
Takes some time.
Did it work?
2 up. Catches the zone at 60, he gets one back. Grounded Valdez. Fires over to first and ends the inning. 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the second here in game 2.
No, that's not a fucking wire.
I'm sure it was cut off or something. I mean, there's no way they ran it through the
I know.
Is it me, Pat? Yeah.
Bottom of the second on the way as Granage leaves that one outside. Of the 5 innings of hitting that have begun for the Aces, I believe Granage has led off 3 of them. And Schofield's led off the other 2.
Oh my God.
And he takes a 4-pitch walk to open things up.
Yeah, that's true. I realized that
Okay, Jack. I've heard it out. Sorry, he threw me a knuckle slider. That's on me.
Yeah, look at the NCAA games every year.
So Valdez steps in now, takes first pitch up high for strike one. As that misses outside and the count runs even. 0 for 1 with a flyout. In this second game, that's certainly not going to be a flyout. Crushed out to center field and gone. Moses Valdez, another 2-run homer, and this one pushes the Aces ahead, putting himself back in line to be the winning pitcher here in game number 2, creating his own offense once again is Moses Valdez.
You get a screwball that just didn't have enough bite on it. It just broke right over the plate. He barreled it up pretty good.
So now it's going to be the Nighthawks on the back foot who are going to need to, for one, not allow this game to get out of hand, and for two, be prepared to try and claw their way back into evening this one in the top of the third. Schofield ahead 3-0 already here in this at-bat.
No, it's 2-1. He nicked it.
What an honest guy.
Yeah, I respect the honesty right there. Schofield looking for the sportsmanship award right there as he taps it foul.
Nice. I'd let him. Wait, yeah. Go ahead, finish it. I'd let him date my girlfriend. Sorry.
I'm not going to comment on the things I'm hearing on the field. Count runs full, 3-2.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
They say honesty is the best policy, and it's going to pay off here for Aaron Schofield. Putting himself in the running for the Jake Oliver Sportsmanship Award and putting one on the roof of Club 65. It's like those.
He got in his head a little bit there.
It's like that old school "the more you know" ad where the kid's like, I tipped it out of bounds, and then they say, oh, honesty is the best policy. Works out here for Aaron Schofield. It's a 2-run game.
That was the stupidest commercial.
There you go, there's your pull.
Jace Pratt steps back in and leaves the first pitch up high for ball 1. The 2-1 pitch. Runs high inside and the count goes level. Two just missed. Thought about it and holds off just barely.
Hey, Grandma, get it too. Okay.
So the Nighthawks still looking for their first out of this inning. It's back to the leadoff man here at the bottom of the second, Morgan Granich, with a runner sitting on first and still nobody down. First pitch on the way. Stays outside for ball 1. 1-0 off the top of the zone and over here into the booth. So the 1-1 pitch is popped up going foul onto the roof of the broadcast booth. 1-2. Granich is going to wear it, and the count goes level.
What's the count?
2-2 now.
Oh my God.
Again, he'll have to wear it, and the count goes full.
Still nobody out here.
Aces need 3 more runs to end this inning and hit the run cap. which would really put the Nighthawks in a precarious situation. There's your vocab word of the day, everybody. 3-2 pitch. Line left field. It's going to get over the head of Playhouse. Pratt will hold up at second. A base hit single for Morgan Granich, and the line keeps moving for the Aces. So fresh off a homer last time up, Moses Valdez steps in and leaves the first pitch outside for ball one. Gradwall having a troublesome second inning here as that stays outside again, and it's 3-0. And Valdez will take a walk. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Schofield will look for his second home run of the inning now, after depositing the first one up onto the roof of Club 65. So that stays inside for ball one. Just barely catching the zone right there. Beautiful pitch placement from Gradwall. That one again just misses, and it's 2-1. Chopped going foul. It'll stay just like that. Looked like it could have rolled back at the last second. You can never be too sure after what happened in game one. 3-2 pitch, swung through strike three, and finally Gradwall grabs the first out of the inning.
For the first time I've been out today. I know you're.
So the base is still loaded now with one out. Pratt will step back in 0 for 2 with a walk, a fielder's choice, and a ground out. So that one caught the zone, but it was at 61. Little blooper, a heads-up play, but it goes foul. It looked like Gradwall was going to let it drop and try and flip a double play, but it bounced foul. Pratt looking to continue moving the line along here in the bottom of the second inning that's seen 3 runs already plated by the Aces. As he waves at that one, falls behind 0-2. Good job of defending right there from Jace Pratt as he just pushed it foul.
They got to expand the zone there.
61, saved by the speed check. It'll be new life now for Pratt.
I don't know whoever played the radar gun guy. They deserve that.
Big time opportunity to continue extending the lead. 0-2 pitch. Again tapped foul. Just barely got it off the end of the bat. Maybe not.
No.
Sounded like it was tapped foul, but he says he missed it and it hit the zone, so.
Hey, Jace didn't really stick up for himself there.
The Aces really practicing honesty today.
Yeah, so I'm assuming it wasn't as close as we thought.
So back-to-back strikeouts now will bring Granich back up with a pair of singles and a walk thus far today. That one was at 62. Now the first pitch on the way. Wear it off the hip for ball one. Granich has had to wear a lot of pitches today. Doing his best Ty France impression. 1-1 pitch. Runs inside.
I only have 3 whiffle balls.
Oh, really?
Now they'll need to restock Gradwall.
Why are they hiding under here? Oh, yeah. 2-1, right? 2-1?
Yeah.
Sabotage, that's what I'm doing.
Tactical delay.
So Philip Thomas just emerged from underneath the broadcast booth. 2-1 rocketed, but just barely foul. Was nearly a big-time grand slam.
Yeah, that would have ended the inning, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Must count.
As that catches the zone, strike 3 looking, and Gradwall gets out of it, but the Nighthawks have work to do. They need 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead as we head to the top of the third.
Oh, boy.
So Jack Playhouse will lead things off. Playhouse taps that one foul. It's 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Hit over toward third. Schofield able to rein it in, but he can't quite make the throw, and Playhouse will be safe.
It's a good-looking play.
Yeah, he was able to just barely beat it out. Looked like Schofield could have had him. Came up firing. So the tying run will step to the plate in the form of Chance Justice now. It sounds like there might be maybe a rock inside one of the wiffle balls. Valdez was giving it a good shake. So Justice takes ball 1 and swings through that one at 59 to level the count. 1-1 at 60, catches the zone. Stat runs inside for ball 2. Now the 2-2 pitch is going to be hammered out toward left field. It's going to drop in. Playhouse will go to third. Justice holds up at first. A wise stop sign over at first for Chance Justice. But the tying run is aboard with still nobody out here in the top of the third. Nighthawks looking to continue this rally, and now Drew Gradwall will step in representing the go-ahead run and have a chance to put himself in line for the win once again. First pitch at 61. As that misses outside for ball 1. Gradwall jumping ahead 3-0 now. He takes strike 1 there. It'll be a 3-1 hitter's count. As he leaves it inside, ball 4, that will load the bases. The go-ahead run is aboard here for the Nighthawks.
Moses is going to have to do some fancy pitching. They want to secure the series win.
He nearly got out of this in the first inning. If you remember back, It took a 2-out, 2-run double from Philip Thomas to give the Nighthawks a 2-run top of the first. Grossenbacher leaves that one for strike one.
Grossenbacher struck out and struck out.
So a couple punch outs thus far. Now the 0-2 pitch to him is going to stay in the dirt for ball one. The 1-2. Oh, just foul.
Man, oh man.
Just missed a go-ahead grand slam. All smiles from Philip Grossenbacher.
That was a missile.
He'll probably be kicking himself a little bit. The 1-2. Chop the other way. Tough play. Everybody's going to be safe. Nobody home at first. And a run scores.
Hit that. The Bermuda Triangle over there. The grass really slowed it down.
Little miscommunication, and Grossenbacher safe on first, so the trouble's starting to pile up now. That one is hit right back to us. 0-1 pitch. Just outside ball one. As that drops out for ball two. Tying run sitting 40 feet away on third. Thomas swung through it, but it was 61. So Valdez working out of a 2-1 count now here in the top of the third. Kicks and fires. Tapped foul once again, and it's 2-2.
62. No pitch.
So we try again at 2-1. That one blasted out toward left field.
Oh boy.
Philip Thomas staying in the thick of the home run race. A go-ahead grand slam. And it's 7-4 Nighthawks here in the top of the third. The rally is on. Are you kidding me? That's going to end Valdez's day. Aaron Schofield will be on here. A go-ahead grand slam, part of a 5-run inning that the Nighthawks have put together thus far. It's deja vu all over again for the Atlantic Aces, who gave up a 10 spot in the top of the third of Game 3 against the Cyclones last week. This time they'll go to Aaron Schofield. Now the pressure is back on the Aces offense. Schofield 0-0 on the year with a 4.5 ERA. Only 1 strikeout on this season. Not a guy you usually see on the hill.
Well, as you can see, what I was doing for the first couple weeks wasn't working. Because I wasn't.
And what a game this has developed into. I kind of expected that Valdez was going to come in, find his groove like he did in the third inning of Game 1, and clinch a series victory for the Aces, but this has gotten a whole lot more interesting.
Yeah, and so now going into Game 3, the Aces, they left Moses for 1 inning, and then if I'm assuming it's going to be Jace on the mound for Game 3. He'll be pitching the majority of it, whether he starts or not. So Aaron's going to hopefully get the final 3 outs here without it getting too out of hand.
So it'll be Schofield facing Blayhouse to open things up here for his part of the day.
Didn't Tiger in the press conference say, what can you do to...
Playhouse 1 for 2 with a walk, a ground out, and a single thus far.
Yeah, so it's fine. Whatever.
Schofield with some last-second advice, perhaps, from Valdez, and he'll take to the mound. Looking to keep this one in check. Misses outside with the first pitch. It's 1-0.
I love those videos where it's like baseball drills.
As that stays upstairs, and it's 2. 2-0 just misses, and it's 3-0. Playhouse looking to continue this big inning. He'll chop one over toward Granich, an underhand flip, close play. And it looks like he was safe. Seems to be no qualms about it from the Aces. So Chance Justice will step in as you take a look at this replay. It looked pretty safe. First pitch to Justice misses outside as he waves at the 1-0. Missed outside, it's 2-1. Justice popped up. Tough play. Schofield almost got there, but it drops in foul. Schofield was flying over there, nearly went crashing into the dugout. Now the 2-2 pitch on the way. Missed upstairs, buzzed the tower a little bit on Justice, and the count runs full 3-2. As that stays down low, and another walk issued by this Aces rotation.
Oh.
So Gradwell will step in again, 0 for 2 thus far, with a walk. As Schofield leaves that one inside for ball 1. He missed outside on that one. Now the 2-0 pitch on the way. Swung through strike 1.
Oh, yeah. Yes, okay.
Still nobody out here in the third, as that's going to come in at 61. And no run cap in the third inning, so the Nighthawks can continue pouring this on if they like.
All right, make your break.
3-1 hitters count, pitch on the way. Is tapped foul, and the count will run full. Schofield looking to pick up the first out of his day on the hill. As that stays upstairs, and it's going to be bases loaded with still nobody down here for the Nighthawks. As Grossenbacher steps in, took a walk last time. Drove in a run that made it at the time a 1-run ball game. And now Jace Pratt will take over on the hill with the bases loaded and nobody down. So it'll be an interesting spot for the Aces going into Game 3. It hasn't been the prettiest ball game for Drew Gradwell, but currently in line for the win, and all things considered, he'll likely go back to work in that third and final game. Whereas the Aces will have an inning of Moses Valdez, an inning of Jace Pratt. Well, I guess they could probably still throw Pratt 2 innings because he hasn't pitched just yet. So it'll likely be an inning of Valdez and 2 of Pratt, depending on what happens here in the top of the third of the second game. Bases loaded with nobody out as Philip Grossenbacher steps in and looks to continue extending this lead. First pitch. Grossenbacher thought about it, but holds off. as that's going to be pulled foul. And runs the count level at 1. Now the 1-1 pitch to him. Drops in for strike 2. 1-2 now. Is pulled foul. Schofield getting on his horse. Flying out there toward left field. He loves going after those lofty fly balls into foul territory, but
he's got the wheels for it.
Just couldn't quite rein that one in.
He runs louder than he does faster.
So we try again from a 1-2 count. Pratt fires home. Line back up the middle, corralled 1.
Oh my God!
Throw goes wide. Justice will trot on home. A 2-run fielder's choice on a ball that goes out of play. It'll move Grossenbacher up to second. Finally, the first out of the inning as Greenwich was able to step on the bag.
It almost cleared the head.
But the score is 9-4 Nighthawks now.
Good. Annoyed that he's
So Gradwall forced out for the first out of the inning as Philip Thomas will now step in. First pitch to him stays down low for ball 1. Tips that one foul.
Still nobody out.
Trying to chop down a tree.
Oh, 1 out.
I mean, if you make contact, it's just gone.
The 1-1 pitch stays inside for ball 2. So that stays up high for ball 3. Pratt looking to correct things and get back into this at bat. Trailing 3-1. That's going to be popped up left field. Greenwich calls off Schofield, but he dropped the ball. He dropped the ball and everybody will be safe. It looked like he couldn't quite haul it in behind the tree. It was a tough spot to be in. He called off Greenwich, or he called off Schofield,
The tree's a paid
but couldn't rein it in.
We got the tree and the radar gun on the books.
Flashbacks to Dylan Campbell in the 2023 College World Series Super Regional between Stanford and Texas. Playhouse grounds it over to third. Schofield bobbled it, gets the out over at third, but Playhouse safely on to first. So 2 down now in the top of the third as Chance Justice will step in and leave the first pitch outside for ball 1. As that just misses and it's 2-0. Two balls and no strikes on the way. As Justice waves at 58 for strike 1. So that one tried the ephus. Couldn't quite fit it into the zone. It's 3-1. And he missed inside. A 2-out walk to Chance Justice, and he'll reload the bases. So Gradwall steps in now with 2 down and the bases loaded. First pitch to him stays upstairs for ball 1. As he tags that one foul to the backstop. 1-1 pitch now on the way. Drops in the dirt, ball 2. Two balls and one strike. As Pratt misses outside and the count goes 3-1. Hammered left field, tomahawk swing from Drew Gradwall. The second grand slam of the inning And the Nighthawks are running away with this one. It's 13-4.
I do want this inning to be over. They're begging for yours.
We got a whole nother game.
So Philip Grossenbacher steps in and taps the first pitch foul. And falls behind 0-2. O2 runs inside and he'll get one back. Now the 1-2 pitch. Just missed up high. As that misses once again, it's 3-2. That misses outside, and again the inning continues. A 2-out walk issued to Philip Grossenbacher. That drops out for ball one. Back to the top of the order with Philip Thomas, who jumps ahead 2-0. You know, I gotta say, I did not see this coming, as that's gonna be grounded. Tough play. Valdez will get the force out at second, but an 11-run top of the third for the Northern Nighthawks has them in command. The Aces need 9 to tie 10 to walk it off. It's an uphill battle as we head to the bottom of the third here in game number 2.
Alex, who's up? Moses.
So Drew Gradwall back to work. He'll face Moses Valdez here in the bottom of the third. Nighthawks looking to level this series at 1, and what better way to cap off this 3-game tilt with a potential winner take all game 3. Valdez jumping ahead 2-0 as he swings through 55.
Here game 2 is approaching 1 hour.
Surely this is a contender for one of the longer games in league history. As Valdez leaves that inside, it's 3-2. And he goes down swinging the first out quickly of the bottom of the third.
Oh.
Poking around trying to see how many instances there are in Major League Baseball of a team hitting 2 grand slams in an inning. As that's popped up, Blehaus goes over and corrals it for the second out. Of course, Fernando Tatis Sr. hit 2 in an inning by himself, the only Major League player to ever do that when he was a St. Louis Cardinal, I believe, back in the 90s. Handful of instances of a team hitting 2 in 1 inning. Pratt taps that foul. As that just catches the zone. Gradwall looking to close things down here in game 2.
Oh, it slipped.
tried to break out the EFIS at a whopping 28 miles an hour.
Nearly caught him in swing mode. Never know.
The 2-2 pitch is caught by Alex Harden here in the booth. It skipped off the top of the zone, and the Aces plate 11 runs in the top of the third to even this series as we head to Game 3.
Sweet. Oh, okay. This thing wouldn't. Oh.
Aaron. Who's starting pitcher? Jake. Jake.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
What did the photo say? We got to win
54%.
Are we at 54% right now?
We're like 51 from that.
We need to step it up. Not too much.
It's got to be the funniest thing anybody's ever said. 54%.
Watch, they're gonna get 54%.
They're gonna be short. They're gonna miss.
That's all he cares about.
Yeah.
Because if they don't get 54%,
well, it's job security.
but if he gets 54% and they don't make the playoff, everybody's gonna be like, "That's great, good 54%. Where's the playoff?"
In 10 years.
One of his KPIs.
Made it one.
Basically playing with minor league teams.
Oh,
This is just so crazy because Altuve's been not great. Jordan's been hurt. Chris Johnson has been horrible. Couple of big starts he's had. That is the answer to that.
Like a 15-minute game 3.
No, that's I've been an Astros fan my entire life, so I've been loving it. Yeah.
Ready.
I'm planning what I'm gonna do next year. My dad grew up in Houston, so I grew up watching losing 100 games a year. Yep. I'm straight again, baby.
So getting underway here in game number 3, Gradwall just barely catching the outside part of the zone. To open things up, Aaron Schofield leading things off in a winner-take-all game 3 of this series. That's missed up high, and it's 3-1. Grounded left side, Blehaus comes up firing and makes the throw in time. There's one down.
Hey, Randy Rosarena just hit a home run.
We got it up on there.
Oh, you do?
Just say, did my swing look like Randy?
Honestly, hopefully not. I don't think Randy's got the greatest swing.
It's like the one leg up, like the bat at the guy, and then just blow out of your finger.
So one away now for Jace Pratt, who steps in,
Swing to the fences.
discussing the home run that Randy Rosarena just hit in the Mariners-Royals game. As he has a little jam sandwich that just drops in over the head of Gradwall. A one-out single for Jace Pratt on the first pitch he sees.
It's a lot of no man's land.
So Granich will step in now. 1 on, 1 gone here in the top of the first of game 3. As that drops out of the zone. Takes a hearty cut at that one. I referenced it earlier in the season, but it looked like the Matt Brash, Jose Ramirez pitch from a couple years ago on opening day. As this is grounded left side, gets the out at second, but Granich hustles to first and gets aboard via the fielder's choice. There's 2 away. So Valdez will step in here. Not sure if we'll see him on the hill at all, as he takes strike 1. 0-1, swung through strike 2. Gradwall looking to toss a 0 on the scoreboard here in the first inning. Things got a little chaotic up here, just knocked over my water bottle as that pitch stayed way upstairs. This one a little blooper, but it'll go foul.
Hold your ground more, good.
Valdez continuing to stay alive here. The 1-2 pitch once more here from Groundwall. Again stays inside, it's 2-2. So that just barely missed outside. Full count pitch. Hammered foul. Valdez again continuing to prolong the at-bat. 3-2 once more. Inside ball 4. It's a 2-out walk for Moses Valdez.
Like twice in Houston, probably 10 or 11 times in
I went to, my dad and I were going to Minute Maid for like last 5 weeks, so we were going a little bit. Yeah. What a handful.
It's a 2-on-2 gone now here at the top of the first. As the first pitch back to the top of the order was Schofield. Stays inside, and the right-hander jumps ahead 2-0 now. Looking to continue prolonging this inning with another 2-out walk. That instead he'll just leave the yard. Maybe not. I thought it was gone. 1 run will score. Valdez holds up at third. A deep double on a ball that looked like it could have left the yard. I feel like John Sterling right now when he thought that one Giancarlo Stanton hit back in Boston was going to get out.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think he just caught too much of the handle there. Ended up being a bit of a jam shot.
Looked great off the bat. I thought it was going to get out, but it gets all the way to the wall. And a 2-out RBI double from Aaron Schofield. Pushes the Aces ahead here in the top of the first.
A late swing decision there from Jays.
Gradwall looking to escape with only the 1 run allowed. Stays inside for ball 1. As this one's going to be popped up. And when I decide not to get too excited, that's when Jace Pratt clears the deck. A 3-run shot. It'll make it 4-0 Aces. And their offense has hummed back to life here in game number 3.
Back-to-back calls, rather unfortunate.
So when I think it's going to leave the yard, it doesn't. And when I try to play it safe, that's when Jace Pratt hits a mammoth 3-run shot. Granich takes strike 1. That one misses upstairs. Gradwall now searching for a way out of the inning. As that one will just catch the top part of the zone. The 2-2 pitch just missed. We'll need a restock here before the payoff pitch. Yeah, naturally when I get excited over a well-hit ball, that's when things don't pan out.
Ballpark just plays tricks on you sometimes.
Full count offering, runs inside, and Greenwich takes another 2-out walk. Ace is 2 runs away from hitting the run cap for the inning. Valdez leaves that inside for ball 1. Oh, pop one up. Thomas reins it in, but 4 runs with 2 outs in the inning put the Aces ahead. 4-0 your score as we head to the bottom of the first.
Now batting for the Northern Nighthawks, first baseman, number 11, Philip Thomas.
So Philip Thomas will lead things off here in the bottom of the first, and the Nighthawks are in need of a rally here. That's gonna hook foul.
I thought it hooked over the pole, over the tree.
Never mind, it went fair. So again,
Yeah, hooked around the tree and went over the left.
Yeah, I had a good angle of it.
I'm running across
one of the more interesting home runs you've ever seen. It just hooked out of here. It snuck over that short fence along the left field line, wrapped itself around the tree, and got out.
What do they call it in Boston? Like the
pesky
pole? Stupid. But it's okay here.
It's cool when we do it, I think. The pesky pole, the short porch at Yankee Stadium. I know. Baltimore.
The Crawford boxes.
Love the Crawford boxes.
I don't like them. I'm not looking forward to having Isak Paredes on the Astros for the next 4 years or whatever it is.
Yeah, Isak Paredes is tailor-made for Houston. Because that's popped up and Greenwich hauls it in. There's a couple running gags on Astros Twitter right now whenever Paredes hits one out to the Crawford boxes. Just those silly deep-fried memes, and one of them says, should have thrown that pitch in a different ballpark, bozo.
Yeah.
My favorite one, the other one I always see is it's a picture of him over the Crawford box, and it just says, Isak Paredes welcomes you to the Landry's Crawford boxes. I always find it really funny. For those of you who don't know, and I'm sure this will get me some flack potentially in the YouTube chat, I am a die-hard Houston Astros fan and have been for probably 15 years now. Spent way too much money at the Union Station team store in Houston. 3-1 on the way to Justice, stays up high, that's ball 4. So a 1-out walk issued to the right-hander here in the bottom of the first. And it'll bring Drew Gradwall in, a troublesome top of the inning, but now he's got an opportunity to continue fighting back into this lead. Pratt leaves that downstairs for ball 1. As that misses outside, and it's 2.
Oh. He played like a season. Yeah, but now it's like a college summer league. I think it used to be full of Craig. And my brother and I, my brother was now he's kind of like
Pratt kicks and fires, misses upstairs, and yet another one-out walk as we were trying to remedy the buzzing sound that briefly returned.
Very cold stadium.
But all of a sudden, the tying run back to the plate in the form of Philip Grossenbacher.
Yeah. It probably didn't start till after.
2 on, 1 gone here for the right-hander. As he leaves the first pitch outside for ball 1. They'll chop that one over toward first. They'll nab the out over there, but both runners move up. A somewhat productive second out. Nobody scores, but both runners move up 40 feet and are in scoring position for Philip Thomas, who homered to lead things off here in the bottom of the first. Leaves that one for the Worms. Now the 1-0. Little tomahawk swing at it. Chance Justice stays put. Throw one runs wide. Stumbling all over my words, but Justice moves home. It was a great throw over there from Aaron Schofield, just a little up the line. Everybody's safe and another run scores. It's 4-2. I feel like at some point or another, every game in this series has been 4-2. So the 1-1 pitch on the way to Playhouse. They'll leave it inside for ball 2 and jump ahead. Now working in a 3-1 count, Pratt kicks and fires and leaves it upstairs, ball 4.
I think it's full now. I swung it too.
You're right.
Apologies, the count was full. Payoff pitch.
Ball 1.
Just missed outside. Chance Justice will step back in now with the bases loaded here in the bottom of the first. He'll pop one up. Valdez calls everyone off and reins it in. The Nighthawks plate 2 and work their way back into this one, but they leave the bases loaded. We head to the second, 4-2 your score. Top of the second on tap here. It's going to be the top of the order and Aaron Schofield. As he jumps ahead 2-0 right off the bat. He'll chop one left side. Playhouse corrals it and makes the throw over to first in time for the first out of the inning. So Pratt will step back in now, 2 for 2 with a single and a homer. First pitch to him. Catches the zone at 59 for strike 1, and you heard him tell himself to swing the bat. We'll do that here and tap it foul.
Might not get a better one than that. Second pitch was a good one to swing at, too.
Behind 0-2 now. He'll tap one back to the pitcher, ground ball, an underhand flip, and there's 2 down. And Pratt punts a ball out into the trees. Sort of like Trevor Bauer, I guess. Instead of chucking one out to center field, he kicked one out into the bushes out here.
A little bit better than Trevor Bauer.
Oh, for sure. So Greenwich steps in and takes the first pitch for a strike.
That'll be nice at least.
As he falls behind 0-2 here, Gradwall looking to recover from the challenging first inning and toss a shutout here. As he just missed upstairs. He goes down swinging, a 0 on the scoreboard here in the top of the second. And we stay at a 2-run ball game. We head to the bottom of the frame, 4-2 your score.
Yeah, let me get right on that. Bro, if you're rounding back unless they were all the way over there, you sit and go behind the tree and hold the best line. Locale. You have to be. He always been like, I mean, I'm like, you would have to be a lefty. The lefty would have to hit it back in that corner and have to hold it. Yeah. Oh, well, they're sleepy. Yeah, no, she is like. They always bad to be off in the forever. But yeah, it's possible. You would have to have a clean time. I mean, I think he could have been good.
So Gradwell will step in here in the bottom of the inning. Tapped the first pitch foul. Now he leaves this one inside to move the count level. The 1-1 offering. Drops in for strike 2.
Knuckleball there.
Went into the bag of tricks a little bit. The 1-2 is going to be pulled the other way. Schofield comes up firing. Aaron Schofield over at third, manning the hot corner excellently.
A great play. I mean, it took a funky hop, but it was right into his breadbasket, and yeah, fired a rocket to first.
He's been a vacuum out there. Shout out Brooks Robinson. They used to call him the vacuum. Phil Grossenbacher will step in and swing through the first pitch. He golfed that one a little and pulls it foul. Grossenbacher looking to stay alive here as he leaves that one inside. Now Pratt kicks and fires. Just caught a piece of it. Grossenbacher defending well as he barely caught part of that pitch. The 1-2 once again. Holds off, and it's 2. Swings through that one. Strike 3, and there's 2 down.
Let's go next, Philip.
Philip Thomas now looking to spark a little bit of a rally. 2 for 2 with a homer and a single so far. As Pratt looks to match Gradwall's shutout top of the second with a shutout of his own. First pitch stayed outside. Now the 1-0 is going to be tapped foul. 1-1. Upstairs for ball 2. As he took a healthy cut at that one. Some crazy bat speed right there.
Feel that one up
from
here.
Philip Thomas. And now he'll need to defend the 2-2. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He leaned out of the way like that was going to stay inside and hit him. Philip Thomas, all he can do is give Jace Pratt 5.
Holy shit.
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? What a pitch right there from Jace Pratt. Unhittable. As we head to the third, a 2-run ball game, 4-2 your score. We'll quickly get into the top of the third. Gradwall back to work. He'll face Moses Valdez. First pitch grounded over toward third. Blehouse comes up firing and deposits it to first with ease.
Good throw, Jack. I don't know how you do that. Jack, you're a dog. Yeah. Kind of crazy.
Randy hit his second, bro.
Really?
Randy just hit his second.
Brother, the Astros are.
They're confused.
1-0 is hit on a rope out toward the deepest part of the ballpark. Justice tried to make the throw to second. He could have had him. It looked like a good throw, could have nabbed Schofield, but it bounces off the tree.
We got one.
Chance Justice taking out all of his frustrations on the tree.
Squirrel in the center.
And now we've got a squirrel out there. Unlike last week, this squirrel is alive. Pratt pulls one left side. Blehouse comes up firing. They don't make the out at first or at third. Everybody's safe.
I was already here. That's fine. It was the 2 pump fakes you did before that.
A delayed hit and run, a very smart base running decision from Aaron Schofield to perch himself safely over at third.
Yeah, I think it's a toss-up between him and Jack Blehouse as the craftiest runners in the AWA.
Oh my God.
Back-to-back 61s for Drew Gradwall. So the count's still 0-0. It's that one at 59, just missed outside. Now the 2-0 pitch on the way to Greenwich. Grounded back up the middle. Underhand flip. Looked like it could have been in time. Pratt is going to get on his horse and go to third.
Take a look at that one, I think.
A close play over at first.
He's up in the hole. He goes first. And so I'm like, I don't know where the fuck to go. I'm in the middle of it. I should have just tried it. I don't want to throw it in the drink.
Oh, yo, 5-1 there.
Good.
They changed it to Sam.
Wait, so on my mouth? Save? Wait, it was a double out and then save?
As soon as I went like that, they were like, never mind, he's safe.
It was crazy.
Oh, I know.
Blue hates me for some reason. I have no idea.
So after a little bit of deliberation, Greenwich was able to beat the throw.
Got one, huh?
Okay. So a run scores, and it's 5-2 now. As Valdez is going to send this one to center. Off the tree, another homer from Moses Valdez, who is red hot today.
And that one just hit above the yellow tape, so that is a home run.
Another 3-run shot, and the Aces are trying to put this one in the rear view. It's 8-2 with only one out here in the top of the third. And for a series that a lot of people thought would be very hotly contested, 2 of these 3 games have not been in the universe of being close. Game 1 was a relatively tight matchup, but these 2 teams have thrown haymakers at each other in games 2 and 3. As that's going to be sent out towards center, and that's going to leave the yard. Aaron Schofield clubs another one. The Aces playing the hits here in the 3rd inning. It's 9-2. Aaron Schofield with a gnarly bat flip, too. He knew that one right off the bat. After the 11-run 3rd inning put together by the Nighthawks in the last game, it's only been 5 from the Aces. So Jace Pratt will step back in now, 3 for 4. 2 singles and a homer as he leaves that one inside for ball 1. And again, jumps out of the way of that one. It's 2-0. This one chopped over toward Playhouse, who soft tosses it over to first for the 2nd out of the inning.
They're always right to a hook.
So Greenwich will step back in now, 1 for 3 with a walk, strikeout, a single, and he grounded into a fielder's choice. Swings through the first pitch he sees in this at bat and falls behind 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch. Runs inside and we're level. The 1-1. Tried to go with the eephus, couldn't quite slot it in there. We try again, this time the 2-1. Stays outside. 3-1 pitch on the way. And he just missed. Greenwich wanted a chance to hit, didn't quite get it. Looked a little disappointed there. Nevertheless, takes a walk. Two gone here in the top of the 3rd. Nighthawks searching for a way out of the inning. And it'll be Valdez once again. And I'll leave the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. As that stays inside. That's popped foul.
That one guy.
3-1 pitch on the way to Valdez. As that misses outside, that's ball 4.
I did. Keep putting runs up, kid. I can't remember what I had to do. I think it was. It was like close and accessible to him or whatever. I forget where he lives. But, the hottest wind to beat up that's so new. Holy cow.
Back to the top of the order.
That's classic. Holy cow.
Schofield falling behind now, 0-2. Gradwell looking for a way out of the inning. That stays up high. Thought about it, but refrains and leaves it in the dirt. Count runs full, 2-2. Gradwell searching still for a way out of this inning. 3-2 pitch on the way to Schofield. Lined left side, skips over the hand of Playhouse. Greenwich is going to come around and score. Schofield into second safely. Another RBI double, and it's 10-2. Everybody safe as Jace Pratt will step in again. Grounded out his last time up. This time he'll send one to center field and out of here. Jace Pratt. Another knock. This one's a 3-run shot and it's 13-2. I mean, this is incredible. Both teams in the third inning these last 2 games have just exploded offensively. Greenwich stepping in again. He'll foul the first pitch back. It skips back into the field of play, but did just enough to knock Alex's water bottle off the desk. Now the 0-1. Stays low and the count goes even 1-1. As that one just caught the bottom part of the zone. Gradwell with another chance to escape this inning. The 1-2 pitch. Upstairs for ball 2. You know, the tough part about games like these is you start to run out of things to talk about.
Oh, jeez.
As he's going to wear that one, it knocked his hat off.
You're good.
So the count full once again, 3-2. And he just taps it foul. Try things again. Three, 2 again, gets him to swing at it. And the Nighthawks finally get out of the inning, but a 9 spot.
13.
A 9 spot in the top of the third means it's serious work to do for the Nighthawks, who need 11 to tie and 12 to win it. We head to the bottom of the third.
I think so, yeah. Alex. Who's that? Oh, that's right. On the knuckleball.
Jace out there. He's gotten us up.
I'm good.
That's
I gave up 10 last week.
true. Go for it.
So to make matters worse for the Nighthawks, Moses Valdez is in the ball game, burning his final inning of eligibility here. Why not go back to him and see if he can quickly close this one up? As Blehaus is going to pop that one up, Pratt goes over and hauls it in for the first out of the inning. And across the last 2 games, the winning team would have scored a combined 26 runs. A margin of 26-6 across these last couple. 1-1. Stays outside, ball 2 to Justice. As he'll sky that one. Schofield goes over and hauls it in. Granite's just behind him. They nearly collided, but everybody's A-okay. There's 2 down. Valdez looking to close this one out here. It'll be Drew Gradwall stepping in. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. That just catches the zone. 60 on the dot. Grounds one, right side, slowed down. Valdez looks like he was able to step on the bag in time. A close play over at first to end it, and that will do it. Valdez just barely able to get there. Quite a play from the pitcher as both offenses go off in the second 2 games of this series. 13-2 Ace is your final score. They take the series 2 games to 1 and move themselves to the top of the league.
It's just like unhittable.